What's going on, YouTube? So I got asked about Matt Damon. Matt Damon, average actor, good actor, or great actor. Kind of like his buddy Ben Affleck. And in the same, like they're twins and they've been lifelong friends, but by association, he's had some roles that I liked. The Talented Mr. Ripley, which was pretty simple, but kind of looking at it sideways, he did a good job. And The Departed, he was good in. But he's also one of those kind of guys that somewhere in the back of my mind, because of how I think, I'm thinking he's a double broke, double whopper version of Tom Cruise. One of those cats that seems like an assembly line, like Chris O'Donnell, now doing the CSI thing with LL Cool J and was in Scent of a Woman with Rob De Niro back in the day. One of those preppy type of cats that, excuse me, he they found a lane for him, and pardon me, found a lane for him and something that worked. And they put him in that lane because he could fit it. And then he kind of plays that role and it keeps him straight laced. But if you ever break him out that role, you don't really get another hit. So basically, if he did a comedy, it would be corny. And if he tried to be a leading man or authorial type, it'd be kind of like they got to really work it. So how do we make him appealable and make it all work? And so that's the kind of thing that when I look at him as an actor, you ever ask how somebody falls into the average, good, or great? They're usually image type of actors or actresses. So they're sold on their imagery. If and tends to be white male actors, blonde, blue eyed. And same with the females, or they have and it's always about how they look visually to sell it, but it's really done in a way where it's cosmetics. So, does this mean that the cat has some moments? Yeah, he has moments. But do I think of him, when people debate who's great actors and what have you, it doesn't come up. And when I think about, good, it doesn't really come up. But if you talk about someone who's able to, sometimes be like a hybrid of those things and then yet have a big movie, that's when it comes up. And see, that's one of the most, I would say, in music, we call you third tier. You might have an outer body, but you're mainly a third tier with your talent when we do trajectory. And in sports, if you're third tier, you come off the bench and you'll hit some shots and you're regulated to that because you're never seen as a starter and you're not a second option. But in the movie game, if you have an appeal that connects, then it can compartmentalize. And then if you happen to have a good performance and then in the film happens to be a memorable classic movie, then people anoint you. And see, with Good Will Hunting and that sort of thing, he kind of fall into that lane because then he happened to do enough and an overall. But then he's had a lot of films that bombed and stunk. And so there's certain things with him which come with the territory. But anyway, I think it's a good question overall. Where does he fall in line? And I would say, just like Ben Affleck, he falls in that average to good, but I think he's a little bit better actor than Affleck. I'll give him in the pretty good one, a little bit better than his buddy. But it's more behind the scenes, and when you put up the totalities, that's where you get Matt Damon. And then he's a name brand. But again, these things are, subjective. There's a lot goes on with that. So, but it's a good topic though. But anyway, though, let me know where you come down with that though. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another and do share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.